California's energy debate is shifting fast. Governor Newsom, once a fierce critic of big oil, is now looking for ways to keep refineries open and boost in-state drilling. With two major closures looming, what does it mean for gas prices, climate goals, and consumers?
Joining us now is Catherine Reheis-Boyd, President and CEO of the Western States Petroleum Association. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So just most important things we got to know in terms of where are we at, what do these refinery closures mean, and give us a landscape.
So the two refinery closures that everybody's been referring to really caught people's attention. And the reason being, we cannot afford to lose any more. We're of the entire world, we're the third largest consumer of gasoline as a state. And the only ones in front of us, United States of America and China. So we consume a lot of gasoline. We cannot have refineries close and limit the ability to provide fuel to Californians. So why did these two refineries get everybody's attention? That's 20% of the fuel supply of the state. So what happened is in April, the governor got interested in this topic and said, I'm worried, and Energy Commission go figure it out. That response came back to the governor and pointed out certain actions that have to be taken, and those are now going to be considered in the next 30 days. So you have the Assembly starting next Wednesday having an informational hearing. People like, Assembly Member Mike Gibson, Assembly Member Carif Pichonordis, all taking this up next week, starting that conversation. The decisions that have to be made are twofold. One, in the legislative realm, we have got to allow crude oil to be permitted to drill in Kern County so it can come out of the ground, put in pipelines, and go to the north and south to two refineries. If that does not happen soon, those pipelines will close and we will have another couple of refineries that announce their closing. Why did Valero's announcement get so much attention? The day after they announced they were closing, or potentially closing, their stock prices went up because their investors were so happy that they were leaving California. So what we are saying to the governor, to the legislature, to the agencies, you must send a market signal to investors now that California is open for business, that you want investment in these refineries, that you want us to continue producing fuel so consumers can, drive every day. And it's not like it's just gasoline, diesel. It's also jet fuel. Last time I looked, you got a pretty big airport in your backyard. So that is why this is so critical.
And this is why Newsom changed his tune and is more pro for in-state drilling. You don't want any more refineries to close. The Valero refineries up in the Bay Area, the Phillips 66 is here in Southern California. That's set to close this year, Valero next year. The legislature has until September 12th to make this decision. If this doesn't go by the way of keeping refineries open, gas prices are already averaging about $4.50 here in California. What would that do to prices?
Well, I think you had, a university professor actually talk about this and estimated $8 to $10 a gallon if things don't turn around. Now, over time, if you move two more, the others will be scheduled to close as well. Here's the problem. If demand in California was going down, wouldn't be as big of an issue. Demand is strong. You need supply to meet demand or prices go up. It's that simple. Any economist, right, can do that.
Obviously, there's a lot of ideological issues with this, especially in a supermajority Democratic legislature. Are you seeing some people saying we got to go against this ideological stuff and just be pragmatic here?
Yes, and the reason being is it got their attention when all of these things started happening. We've been talking about this for a couple of years.
Right.
We've got members who are looking forward saying, we see something, this is a problem, this is going to be a problem. We've got to switch course here. We cannot keep putting cost and cost and cost on refineries because they will close and leave. And so I think what they're saying now is, Okay, we probably need to talk about this.
Talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk.
When people start hearing $8 to $10 a gallon, it gets people's attention.
And it's quality of life, right? It's
Yeah.
quality of life for everybody in California.
All right, Catherine Reheis Boyd, President and CEO of the Western States Petroleum Association. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.